Hi, class. I wanted to provide you with an explanation. I've graded some of your work from the first assignment. I have not gotten to this assignment from last week yet, but I did want to provide you with the explanations as to how I see it and how I'll be grading it. Okay? So, I'm going to start with Article 1. Article 1 is it's a summary that has been published by the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, also known as the CDC. And it looks a lot like a scholarly article in that it has an abstract, an introduction, and it does look very similar. You see that it also is, the authors all seem to be credentialed with doctorates or master's degrees. So at face value, you would say, I would think that this is scholarly. If you wrote that, I would totally get that you would think that. Technically, the CDC would not be publishing scholarly articles. They're publishing reports on their website. And I'm not trying to trick anyone, so I'm not going to give anyone an incorrect marking if you said that this is scholarly. This is, I would say, what in perhaps like an English class or something like that, you might say that this is a credible article, meaning that it is coming from a pretty reliable source. However, what makes an article scholarly is that peer review process, the process that exists in getting something published by a journal is different than an organization or an agency like the CDC. I used to work at the Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, known as DHMH, and we would often publish things that would be published by DHMH, similar to CDC, but DHMH would be more at the state level. So, some of these things would be written by me and then edited or looked over by my supervisor. So I was in graduate school. My supervisor, I think at the time, had a master's degree, and we did good work. We did not do peer-reviewed scholarly work. Okay, so you can use the CDC, and organizations like that as good resources, and you can certainly use those in research papers. But if someone is asking for you to find scholarly sources that go through that peer review process, I don't think that the CDC would be considered one. Article 2. This is coming, this is a website, abort73.com. Let's look at it a little bit. Okay, they got some statistics. Speak for the week. It looks like an ad here. Love, let's live. Looks like it's maybe a little, it has an agenda, has a bias here. They do have some citations here from the CDC, which indicates that you would probably go just to the CDC. This does not have any authors that I see. And just some footnotes. Not really a bibliography here. So I'm going to say, and I'm going to tell you that this is not a scholarly source. Okay. And then the last Okay, this is Journal of Adolescent Health. Okay, do see some authors here again, looking like they're credentialed. There's the abstract. Okay. Journal of Adolescent Health. It looks like it's got a journal volume, and scroll down to the bottom, make sure. Oh, got quite a list of sources. So we would conclude that this is a scholarly article. Okay. So again, just to clarify, as I grade, Article 1 is a good source. It is not a scholarly source. And I'm not trying to trick you. This is part of the critical thinking of I wanted you to assess the source. I wanted you to, and there's nothing wrong if you said that, because you still developed the thought that this is a good quality article. It is that peer review process that determines whether or not an article is scholarly. And the peer review is not just, oh, my buddies are looking over it, or an editor is looking over it. It is experts in the field reviewing it, and there is a back and forth that is happening. It often takes a lengthy period of time to get things published. And Article 2, the website, definitely not a scholarly source, and Article 3 indeed was a scholarly source. All right.